Guys, how are we doing today? Happy Monday. That's the day I'm making this video, and Happy New Year. Now, today, the topic is going to be past sales for this past year, 2023, and my forecast for 2024. Now, as you guys see, I have the numbers pulled up here. I can zoom in a little bit here. And essentially, what we want to talk about is what's going on with the market, what do the numbers tell us, and what can we be proactive and forecast to an extent for this upcoming year? Now, 2023, I think we can all agree it was tough. It was tough for sellers and it was tough for buyers alike. Tough for buyers because the interest rates went up. It was crazy. It got up to like an 8. There was a point where it got to an 8%. Yeah, that's right. So it killed a lot of purchasing power going from a 4 and change to an 8. That's a big difference. Thousands of dollars lost, hundreds of thousands of dollars of buying potential lost. So, uh, and for sellers, you guys wanted to sell your properties, put it on the market here in the beautiful Boston area or the suburbs of Boston, South Shore, North Shore, and you're like, whoa, people aren't really coming to my open house, or whoa, you know, my house is worth this much, but people aren't really apt to buy it. Now, that's never happened to me and for my clients, but a lot of realtors have faced that problem. And I'm here to talk to you about what's going on. Why is this happening? Well, let's look at the numbers. Guys, for the year 2022, let's look at single families first of all. And year to date, this is only up to November because the December numbers have not been released yet. So please forgive me. I know you're very upset about it, but I promise I'll make it up to you guys towards the end. So if we look at recent years, 2021 over here, let me grab my cursor. 2021, we have 2022 and 2023. Now, these numbers are the numbers of closed sales that year. So 2021 had a good number of closed sales, 51,799. Then it dropped down to 44,566 in the year 2022. And although 2023, this isn't the final number because December is missing, but the number dropped down to 35,147. Now, guys, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to find this out, but the numbers are dropping drastically, and there's some reason behind this. One, there's less inventory. Years after years after years here in the Massachusetts market. For some reason, inventory has been dropping. Now, the government is attempting to go after Wall Street and specifically like BlackRock, those big entities like that, and they want to pass a bill for them to actually release all their single family properties, their portfolios, and sell them off to the public and release them because the American people, we need properties, we need single families, and there's no reason why these big entities are buying up all these places when we're trying to buy places and then they rent it back to us. So the government, that's their plan for this upcoming year to at least start that process. I will not promise that this is going to happen next year, but they are starting that process. Now, in for condos, I want to jump over to condos here. The year 2021, there was a 23,560 sales in the state of Massachusetts. Now in 2022, it dropped 18%, 18.3% to 19,000. And in 2023, 17%, although the number is not finished yet because we need to round up the December numbers. We haven't gotten those yet, but 15,871, the same trend. Less inventory, less houses for the sale, houses and condos, which means that less people can buy. And also, I will say that another contributing factor for this year is the interest rates. So because the interest rates went up, people freaked out, people didn't want to buy, and I respect that. I understand it completely. But here's a pro tip from a realtor, and other realtors tell me the same thing. I have investors that are loving this moment, and I'll tell you why. Let's say five people. Five people looking at a house on a normal market. This is just random numbers I'm throwing at you. Five people are looking at this house, and all five people want to buy this property, this specific property. Well, guess what? They're going to bid against each other, and they're going to bid a lot. I've seen amazing bidding wars happen. Now, let's consider the time frame of 2023 and the interest rates going up. In a normal market, those 5 people would have bid it to the death. They would have maxed out their pre-approvals and even gone over it. But now, because the interest rates went up, those 5 people went all the way down to, say, two people, 2 or 1. Okay. Now, would you be bidding? Would you have a higher price point, a higher bidding war as a home buyer between 2 people or against 5 people? I'm assuming with 5 people, it's going to go way higher than it is with 2 people. And for sellers, this year was tough for you because the exact same thing. People are not bidding like crazy on your property anymore. There's less buyers on the market. So that means that you have to have the realtor do that much more work to get all those buyers to your property. Because at the end of the day, their job as a realtor, as a list agent, is to get buyers to your property. Everybody and their grandmother needs to see your house in the most beautiful way and to reach them. Because it doesn't matter if you take all the best professional photography, which I do, videos, social media ads, everything. It doesn't matter if they don't know where you are, if they don't know your house is on the market, excuse me. But I'm going on a tangent. Forget about that. Forget about that for now. I'll say that for another video. I'll do a seller tip video. You guys let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. So the total number of single families from, let's say, from 2022, December, all the way to November 2023, the total is 38,000, okay, 825. Now, that number is reflecting the year to year on year change. This number is 22% less than the last year, okay? And for condos, 17,275, it is 19.1% difference, okay, from the last year. Now, I know you guys are super excited to see what the change is price-wise. What is the average sales price? How much has it changed? Has it increased? Has it decreased? Let's find out, guys. So let me go back to my cursor here. And let me actually erase all of this stuff. Thank you for bearing with me, guys. So I think right now, so we'll go to the condominium market overview. Let me go in a little bit here. All right. I'll put this right here because the numbers is what we're going to want to look at. So for 2022, let's see, year to date, I want to get this right. Thank you for being so patient, guys. So in 2022, year to date, the total median price, so the average of every single condo in Massachusetts, obviously your specific markets are different. So if you need numbers for your market and you want to run a listing comparison, a listing, listing analysis, a professional listing analysis, definitely reach out to me, send me a message because I can get that done for you in the state of Massachusetts. Or if you're out of state, please let me know because I do have personal referrals I'd love to send out to you for people that are stellar rockstar professionals. But for the year 2022, it's $505,000, the average, okay? Average or median. All right. Now, for the year 2023, you're looking at $530,000. That is a 5% increase. Guys, I don't know if you looked at the graph underneath. The market is increasing year after year, regardless of the interest rates, regardless of anything. Because let's be honest here. There is a huge need for housing. People, Americans in this country, need to buy houses and they want to buy houses. There's a huge influx of buyers in this market. And if you have a home to sell, please pair up with a good realtor. A realtor that's going to sell your house for the most money and give it to the people. They want it. They want your house. Oh, I need to fix up my house. Oh, I need to do this. Yes, if you need to do that, consult with your realtor. They can give you the best plan of action for you to maximize your profits and make sure you do not invest that much money so you can meet somewhere where you're coming out on top. Now, since we talked about condos, it's only fair that we talk about single families, which, to be honest with you, I live in the suburbs. But when it comes to Boston and condos, although I've sold condos in East, I've sold condos everywhere here in Massachusetts, I do love a nice Boston condo with a beautiful skyline. Oh man, that view of the Commons from a nice condominium in Boston, it's beautiful. I don't know why, but I thought of spaghetti. I'm going to spaghetti it. So, single family market overview. Now, we are going to do the numbers for this too. We're going to review the average sales price. And mind you, this is the sales price for single families, average around all the Massachusetts markets. Okay, this isn't just Randolph, this isn't just Canton, this isn't just Boston, this isn't just Peabody, this is everything, and averaged $575,000 of 2022. Now, when you jump to 2023, you have $600,000. That is a 4.3% price change increase. Okay? So I think we're understanding a general idea of how this market is heading. It's been headed for years and it's continued to head. And I'm going to give you guys some tips and some inside scoops so that you can prepare for this 2024 year, whether you want to buy your first property, an investment property, or you're looking to sell one of your properties, or you're looking to sell your investment property and you want to capitalize and get the most money. Because at the end of the day, you want a good realtor to back you. Whether you want to sell for the most money or you want to buy with a really good deal or with great incentives. Okay? So let me tell it to you like this. I'll give you some stats out here, some facts, and we'll see what sticks and we'll see what doesn't. First of all, guys, this year, 2024, not only are the rates going to decrease, that is what is forecasted for the 2024 year. The rates are supposed to decrease, but they're supposed to drop 3 different times. Now, in November, I think it was November or October, I don't quote me on that, but it was one of those 2 months. It saw the biggest 2-day drop in interest rates. As soon as that was disclosed, as soon as that was announced that this 2024 year is going to have 3 times the rate drop, it had the biggest rate drop over 2 consecutive days as of history. So it's already leaning towards that direction. Now, the rates did go up a little bit again because it has to even out. But this 2024 year, guys, this year is supposed to drop 3 times. That means that let's give you an example here. You bought at the beginning of the year, January, let's say, or you bought in December, and you want to wait 6 months to refinance your house. You bought at a time where people needed to sell their homes and there was nobody on the market, so you got a pretty good deal. And now you're going to refinance when everybody goes back into the market because the rates are dropping. You refinance and you're just coasting. Okay? So, what's my recommendation for the buyers? Buyers, listen up. Are you listening? Okay, good. Buyers, get into the market as soon as you can. But I want you to do it when you're financially able to do that. I don't want you to go all crazy and not being able to keep up with a mortgage. That's not the goal here. The goal here is for you to comfortably afford your house, a dream house, or your starter home, because sometimes a smart decision is to get a starter home, live in it for a couple of years, build up that equity, because your money in the bank is not going to build up anything. It's actually the money, the cash value decreases year after year, but your home value increases. So starter home or your dream home, the sooner the better, because once we get into the spring summer market, the rates are going to have dropped. the people are going to get back into the market, and there's going to be a lot of people and a lot of competition. Although there will be more houses on the market, to be fully disclosed here. Now, for my sellers, guys, I would suggest you pair up with a professional realtor here in the state of Massachusetts, whether it be me or someone else. Whichever decision you make, it's the right decision, because at the end of the day, whatever makes sense to you is the best decision. Sometimes people don't like to work with me, and that's okay. But it's been under the circumstances that it's been the blunt truth that I've given people, which is always going to be the same thing. I'm always going to tell you guys the truth. Now, for sellers this year, it's important to be proactive. If you want to sell, let's say you want to sell right now, it's important that you realize that your realtor has to set the precedent for your market, because 2024 is a new year. So when your listing goes live, you have to absolutely kill it. Pictures, professional video, drone footage, town footage.
Here are some images of professional video drone from the web.
Even my iPhone is freaking out. She's like, let's give these people examples. But all these things, social media marketing, your realtor should be pumping all this shit up, pumping all this stuff out, and it should be great. So that is my recommendation for you sellers. You have to set the precedent. If you want to sell right now, you have to put your best foot forward, and you have to make sure that you set the numbers for this year. You're obviously, the realtor is going to use the past numbers to reflect on how to price your property. But if you price it competitively, very well, like a strong value proposition here. Like, there's 4 houses on the market that have been on the market for a couple of days, couple of weeks, and you want to price yours higher and your house is nicer, I wouldn't recommend that. I'll tell you why. You price your house at that price point, even a little bit lower, I promise you, all the buyers are going to flock to your house, and you're going to have yourself a bidding war. Because let's be honest here, the sellers do not set the price. I know you guys are not going to want to hear that. You guys don't set the price. The buyers set the price. If you think something's too expensive, you're not going to want to buy it. You're not even going to go to the open house. You're not going to check out the house. It's too expensive. Oh, it's a really nice house, but it's way more expensive than the other ones. Versus, oh, this house is really so much nicer than all the other houses in our market, and it's cheaper. I have to go to the open house. I got to get this house. You see how that mind shift changes? And then the buyers bring up the value right where you want to be. So that is my recommendation for you sellers at the beginning of this year. Now, if you want to buy later in the year, if you want to sell later in the year and buy at the same time, or just sell, my recommendation is prepare your home to be sold, clean up, do everything you need to do to the house to make it nice and beautiful, and your realtor will tell you exactly what you need to do so you do not waste precious time, money, and stress. Because I notice a lot of the times, I'd say 9 times out of the 10, sellers stress very much so during this process, and it's okay. I understand, but you do not need to stress. There's a proven methodology that professional realtors use for you to come out on top every single time. If you trust your realtor and trust what he says, him or her, if you trust what they say, you will not fail. Okay? If they have a proven track record, they're the professionals in your area, or you have someone like myself who knows how to sell homes, you do not have to worry. Just follow their guidance. If you have an idea or any feedback, give it to your realtor, see what they say, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. So that's my forecast, and we rounded up the numbers from last year. Let me see if I missed anything. So we talked about the numbers. We talked about a 4.3 increase, all right, in the single family homes. We talked about a 5% increase in condo prices, okay, in the state of Massachusetts. And for closed sales, we've seen for single families a 22% reduction in single family sales, and we've seen a 19.1% decrease in condominium sales. Now, that is not because the people are not buying. That is because there is a lack of inventory. Okay? So guys, if there's anything you guys need, like and follow if you want to see more content like this. But if there's anything you guys need in the meantime, and then here in the state of Massachusetts or wherever it is, shoot me a message. I'm definitely here to help you guys, consult you guys, and be the best person I can be for you guys. So until then, take care. This is Javier from Javier Hurtado Realty, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out, guys.